All right, so this one's pretty messed up.
Yeah.
You sent us this story, and wow.
Yeah, really unsettling.
Yeah, a honeymoon nightmare, right? Like
Yeah.
the classic setup dream, honeymoon, remote island,
Isolated, yeah.
uninhabited, just your partner, 10 days, total disconnect.
Ah, the dream.
Yeah, exactly. That's what Beth and Carrie were going for.
Right. Place called Coral Beach.
Coral Beach. Okay.
And right off the bat, what's interesting to me is that we've got this couple that's looking for total seclusion.
Right, seeking it out, yeah.
Yeah, and all they've got is that satellite phone
Right, just in case.
for emergencies only. But Carrie's filming everything.
Documenting it.
Right, so they're going deep into this of like documenting the whole experience.
You know, it speaks to their vulnerability in a way.
Yeah,
Like their desire for isolation makes them vulnerable.
totally. And that's like the first little crack in this perfect facade, right? They get dropped off, satellite phone tucked away, and immediately they find these footprints,
Footprints.
little footprints, not theirs,
Okay.
leading into the jungle. Leading into the jungle.
And then they just vanish.
Huh. Okay. So
Weird, right?
yeah, so immediately their expectations are kind of subverted.
Totally.
You know, they've chosen this place that's supposed to be totally empty.
Right, nobody's there.
And there's evidence to the contrary.
Exactly. And you know how your mind works in those situations. You just try to,
Dismiss it.
yeah, explain it away.
Yeah.
Oh, it must be nothing, right? So they try to focus on, you know, all the romantic stuff, the beautiful scenery, all that. But then things start to get a little weirder. Beth is gathering firewood and she finds bones.
Bones. What kind of bones?
They don't know. Carrie says they're big to be a bird,
Okay.
but they can't identify them.
Interesting.
That night, they hear these rustling noises,
Okay.
which at first they think is just the wind.
Right. Just the wind.
But then the next morning,
Uh-oh.
Carrie's underwear is found hanging in a tree.
Wow. Okay. So now we've moved past like the inexplicable into something deliberate.
Yes.
Like a real intrusion.
Yeah,
So their privacy's been totally violated.
totally.
And it feels targeted, right? Like someone's watching them.
Yeah, like it's not random.
Right, exactly. It's a huge escalation.
Yeah, and they try to figure it out, but they hit a dead end. You know, they're on this island.
Right.
No one else is supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Imagine that paranoia, the feeling of constantly being watched.
Oh, I can only imagine.
And then while they're fishing, Beth almost steps on a deadly starfish.
Oh, my gosh.
Thankfully, Carrie remembered reading about how poisonous they are.
Oh, wow. That was lucky.
Yeah, a really close call. But then later on, they hear someone crying from the jungle.
Crying.
Yeah, like really distressed.
So there's someone else there?
Right, it's so unsettling.
You'd think so. Like, you want to help, right?
Yeah, your instinct is to help.
That human sound in a place where there shouldn't be any humans.
Yeah, it draws them in.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
And that crying leads them to this old locked cabin.
A cabin.
Yeah, it looks abandoned, run down, like something out of time.
Okay.
Beth gets the door open, and inside, it's just strange. There's a bed. So someone was sleeping there.
Right.
But then there's this small room with markings on the walls.
Markings. Like what?
Like tally mark. You get this image of someone counting the days, you know?
Wow. Yeah, that's eerie. Like they were trapped there or something.
Exactly, or just desperately trying to keep track of time.
Right.
And then there are these really disturbing carvings. A woman with a spear
Okay.
mutilating a man.
Oh, my God.
Gruesome stuff.
Mhm.
And no context for it at all.
That's creepy.
Right. And to top it all off, a rat runs out and scares Beth.
Ugh. I hate rats.
It just adds to that whole creepy vibe.
Definitely. Like a sense of decay and violence.
Right. And then outside, they find a grave.
A grave.
Just marked Coral.
To Coral. Huh.
Yeah, so now the question is, who is Coral
Right. Like what happened to her here?
on this uninhabited island?
Another piece of the puzzle.
And it really starts to weigh on them. So back at their tent, Carrie's going through all the footage they've been taking.
Okay.
You know, wanting to document their honeymoon.
Sure.
But then she finds something truly horrifying.
What is it?
Someone recorded them while they were sleeping,
What?
using their own camera.
No, that's so creepy.
Right, it's like a total invasion of privacy.
It's more than an invasion. It's like a violation.
Yeah, like a deep violation.
Yeah.
And of course, Carrie wants to leave right away. She's terrified.
I bet.
Beth tries to rationalize it.
How?
Says maybe it was kids who were there before them.
On an uninhabited island?
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense.
No, not really.
And then to make things even weirder, they go back to the cabin later.
Yeah.
And it's in a different location.
What do you mean?
Like it's physically moved.
That's impossible.
I know, but that's what they experience. They don't even realize it at the time.
That is so strange. Like their minds are playing tricks on them or something.
Right. Or something weirder.
Yeah.
Then their isolation is totally broken. A boat shows up with two men,
Okay.
and they're killing sharks with guns.
Oh, wow.
It really unsettles Beth, this idea that they're not alone anymore.
Right. And these guys are violent.
Yeah, and the crying continues every night.
Still.
Yeah, so clearly those guys aren't the source of it.
Right. So we have a double threat now, the known and the unknown.
Totally drawn by the crying, they go back to the cabin.
Yeah.
And this time, the doors open. Inside, there's a book lying open, like someone was just reading it.
Interesting.
And outside, Coral's grave looks different.
Different how?
It's like better cared for. There's a stone marking it now.
Okay, so is it the fishermen?
That's what they think.
Yeah.
They decide to sleep outside. They feel so unsafe.
I don't blame them.
The next morning, they find a jellyfish that's been brutally killed.
Oh, God.
It's really gruesome. It's the final straw for Carrie. She's like, we are leaving.
Yeah.
But then the satellite phone is gone.
Oh, no.
And they immediately suspect the fishermen.
Right.
So Beth confronts them.
Oh.
And things get violent really fast.
Yeah.
One of the fishermen assaults Carrie, and a fight breaks out.
Okay.
They manage to get away, but they're convinced these guys are trying to hurt them.
That's terrifying.
Right. So Beth tries to use the fisherman's boat radio to call for help,
Okay.
but he's attacked and knocked out. Carrie's captured and assaulted, too.
Oh, my God.
It's awful. Beth is tied up nearby, forced to watch.
That's so brutal.
I know, but then out of nowhere, there are these weird sounds from the jungle.
What kind of sounds?
They don't know. It distracts the fisherman, though.
Okay.
Beth manages to free himself and Carrie, and then they hear gunshots.
Gunshots.
They find one of the fishermen injured, the other guy's helping him onto the boat, and then they just leave.
Wow, so they're just gone.
Yeah, it's like they were scared off by something.
Right, like some other force intervened.
Yeah, but who knows what it was or why?
Yeah, that's the question. Was it trying to help them? Or was it just another weird thing happening on this island?
Yeah, it's impossible to know. Carrie follows a trail of blood back to the cabin.
Okay.
And the book is there again, lying open. This time she picks it up and starts reading.
What's it say?
It's written by a man named Jin, and it tells the story of Coral.
Coral from the grave.
Yes. She was a young woman who lived on the island,
Okay.
and she got beaten by a poisonous snake.
Oh, no.
So she was vulnerable and needed help.
Right.
But instead, these men who came to the island gang raped and murdered her.
Oh, God, how awful.
Yeah, the book says her spirit stayed on the island.
Seeking revenge.
Exactly. Taking revenge on anyone who comes there.
Wow, so this book is like a key to the whole mystery.
It is. It's this horrifying explanation for everything that's been happening.
So their honeymoon wasn't just bad luck.
No?
It was like they walked into this supernatural trap.
Yeah.
It's like our natural desire to make sense of things, right? Even if the explanation is terrifying.
Yeah, Beth is understandably in shock and just dismisses it as a story.
Yeah.
But Carrie's really shaken by it.
Makes sense.
She even goes and places stones on Coral's grave.
Huh. Interesting.
Like a gesture of respect, or maybe even trying to appease the spirit.
Yeah, you can see how she's starting to believe it.
Yeah, that night, the supernatural stuff intensifies. Carrie hears the crying again.
From where?
From inside the cabin.
Oh, wow.
She goes in to check it out.
Brave.
Beth is trying to ignore everything, listening to music.
Okay.
But he sees a shadow moving behind him.
What?
Carrie comes back totally convinced that Coral's spirit is real.
I bet.
Beth's like, if the spirit kills everyone, why are we still alive?
All right. It's been 7 days.
Exactly.
Good point.
But that night, they get their answer.
Oh, no.
They see a shadowy figure near their sleeping area.
Oh, God.
Beth wakes up, senses something, but doesn't actually see anything.
Okay, this is getting more real for him, too.
Yeah, the psychological toll on Carrie is huge at this point.
Yeah, a week of this.
Imagine. They see a plane overhead.
Finally.
And Carrie tries to signal it by starting a fire.
Okay.
But then the satellite phone starts ringing.
What? But it was gone.
I know, it's ringing from inside the cabin.
How is that possible?
They answer it, and all they hear is this blood-curdling scream.
Oh, God.
And then the phone cuts off and
It
breaks.
just breaks.
Yeah, and then it rings again.
What?
This time there's no caller ID.
Oh, God, that's so creepy.
And then Beth is confronted by Coral and stabbed to death.
Oh, my God.
Book was right.
So the spirit is real?
Yeah. Carrie's still searching for Beth, calling out his name.
Okay.
Hours pass, it gets dark. Then she sees blood dripping onto Coral's grave.
Oh, no.
She looks up and sees Beth's body hanging above it.
Oh, my God, that's horrifying.
The shock is too much for her, and she passes out.
I can't even imagine.
When she wakes up, she's lying next to Coral's grave.
Okay.
Everything seemed normal at first, but then she notices a freshly dug grave next to Coral's.
For Beth.
Yeah, and next to that one, another empty grave.
Oh, God.
Perry tries to signal for help again, and then she sees Coral
Where?
standing on the water.
No way.
It's terrifying. And then, in a horrible twist of fate, Carrie steps on a starfish.
Oh, no. The same thing Beth almost did.
Yeah, and her dying screams are the same cries they've been hearing every night.
You're kidding.
It's like Coral's pain is echoing through her.
Oh, God, that's so sad.
Coral just watches as Carrie dies.
Wow.
10 days later, Jackson arrives to pick them up.
Right.
He finds their stuff, but no sign of him.
Okay.
He goes into the cabin and finds the book.
Uh-oh.
And then Carrie's spirit appears behind him,
What?
and Jackson disappears.
Oh, my God, so it's still happening.
Yeah, the final scene shows Coral's grave and Beth's grave side by side.
So Carrie's trapped there, too?
It seems like it.
Down
Yeah.
to the island forever.
Yeah, it's a pretty messed up story, right?
Yeah, definitely makes you think twice about going to remote islands.
Totally. It's like you said, even paradise can have a dark side.
Absolutely.
Thanks for bringing us this one. It's really given us a lot to think about.
No problem. It's been a fascinating deep dive.
Yeah, for sure. And to our listeners out there, have you ever been somewhere that just felt off? Like there was something dark lurking beneath the surface? Let us know.
We'd love to hear your stories.
Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.